good. Is that Photoshop?
Yeah. It's angles.
Forearm. Indeed.
Why
Whatever you want. I'm gonna edit anyway.
Why get 2 wives?
Are you George Floyd?
Generation could have lost, man. Because they would be lost. Shooting at guns.
She's trying to be funny so bad. Hey guys, my wife is funny. Isn't that crazy? Get the fuck away from me, you fat bitch. Hey.
But it only so much. Why get 2 wives?
Because I need 2 women or 2 people for separate things in my life, right? And my wives have different roles. When it's a wife, it's more so of a personal interest. So you have another guy or another woman that's just a friend or whatever, or an assistant or worker, they're not going to care so much about your well-being. But when it's your wife, if you don't do good, they're not going to do good, you know? Like, if it affects me, it's going to affect you guys. So, wives is the ideal situation. Yeah, that would be why.
Should I ask another question?
You can ask anything.
Can I carry on with the question?
Uh-huh.
Well, why... You have a lot of women throwing themselves at your feet, so, and a lot of them are like, I'll be the third wife, I'll do this. I mean, like, what makes me special? Do you have to / discipline your wives? Or should you? Wait, no. Do you have to / should you discipline your wives?
I mean, you don't have to. Because in reality, it's like, oh, it's another grown adult. Why the fuck would you be responsible so much? Like, you know, teaching a person how to be a person. Because if you're disciplining them, that's assuming you're not being like a fucking tyrant and just like abusive for the lols.
He's lying. He's not telling the truth.
No, but in the sense of like, oh, well, if it's someone that you care for and they're agreeing as like, oh, we're family, we're part of a union, all this, then the man should properly be, you know, with proper values and trajectories and shit like that. So if I say, hey, you know what, you're not going to go out past 9 p.m. to the park by yourself because it's dangerous.
I'm not even allowed to go.
And I say that, and you're like, oh, boy, I'm a free liberal woman, and I'm a feminist, and I should do, like, you do that, and what happens? You get robbed or some shit, right? Well, now you affected me directly because of your stupidity. So, in consequence, there should be, like, measures of, like, hey, don't go against my word or against our union because it's going to fuck us all up. And you have to, how do you discipline anyone, even dogs? You spray them with water when they pee inside or some shit like that. It's just what you have to do in order to learn better or to set rules. And
what about like in terms of us like that? Those are more like, yeah, those make sense. But what about if one of us gives you attitude or looks at you? You know what I mean? Being wackadoodle. Does that serve as like, all right, you're gonna get disciplined now?
Well, it depends what the discipline is, right? Sometimes it's like, hey, like his talk, like, hey, come on, you know, whatever little petty bullshit you might be imagining or whatever, it shouldn't affect your interactions, physical interactions, you know? Like, oh, you have an attitude one day, it's like, okay, cool, you can have your bad days, everyone has them, but like, don't fucking try to stab me or, you know, fuck up her day or anyone else's because of it. That's when you should intervene, when it's like, oh, that's too much, dude.
Yeah, you're
That
very.
you can.
I think you're tolerant.
Yeah, I mean, you should let things slide a little bit. Like, okay, well, yeah, everyone fucks up a little bit, but when it's something made out of like malicious intent, it's like, hey, what's going on? Come on.
Or to purposely
Yeah.
set you off.
Or yeah, exactly. Like that's just disrespectful, you know.
Do you think the way you discipline two of your wives is a little bit different though sometimes?
Different.
If we have different personalities or different strengths or maybe this one's more personal, but isn't the way you discipline us different?
Yeah. Well, everyone is different to some extent, so you can't discipline, or even the word discipline automatically has a negative, derogatory term, but it's not really discipline. It's like, oh, I'm just being a fucking. Yeah, there's negatives associated to it, but it's like, no, you're setting people straight, actually, or that's how it should be. And everyone has different qualities that make them be stupid or how they learn. So you have to let them know, hey, well, you, for example, you might say, oh, you're very emotional based. You just get a little bit emotional and you start losing control of all logic and reasoning. And she's not that much to that extent. So usually with her, I can be like, hey, listen, do this, don't do that, and this is how it's going to work. And she can be like, oh, okay, I get it now. With you, I can be super logical and concise, and you're like, but I don't care my feelings. And it's like, oh, well, you can be talked to that properly. Sometimes you have to be shown things, or,
Well, sometimes it's a little frustrating because I guess it's more frustrating for you with me because it's like, oh, I can talk to this person for hours about anything, and now they're.
She is fucking milking this, like just making it about her. But you love me so much, and
no, because I was gonna go as in depth as in like, wouldn't that frustrate you more? As in like, oh, like me not understanding, me spiraling would frustrate you more so in that regard.
Well, with anyone, especially someone you have intellectual talks with, and then they become so retarded.
Yeah,
it's really frustrating. Where it's like, hey, dude, wasn't I literally talking to you about Wagner like 10 minutes ago, and now you're being crazy about a random internet woman that commented, hello, visit my page on my profile? Like, no, come on, dude, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know if any Mike Mentzer's
it's called high intensity training the Mike Mentzer way.
Yeah, it's a workout thing, but there's a lot of philosophy and things that go involved.
Implying that you actually believe in the philosophy and things like that, then it's not just a mental thing where you're like, oh, I'm an intellectual and that's all that matters. It's like, no, if you truly believe in that philosophy, like Nietzsche's philosophy, then your body should align with your spirit to a certain extent.
Well, consider what Mike Mentzer was speaking out against at the time, which was a very powerful, big industry in itself. So, and people are still kind of falling for that shit. I mean, it's if anything, a lot of it a lot of goofy trends you see in the fitness things for men and women is kind of all stemmed from that, essentially.
Yeah.
Do you like the public attention?
The public attention?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it says?
Yep. That's what you wrote.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that means about the wives. More than one wife.
Correct.
No, I mean, I don't particularly care for it. Or I don't dislike it either. It's just like, it makes sense. Like, I get it. If it's not common, why wouldn't you, strange or whatever? But, like that one time we went to that one Italian restaurant and we were eating and there was like a table of women across from us and they kept looking over because you were kissing me and then she was kissing me. And those women kept like laughing and turning around. And then one of them, I think, took pictures, right? Something?
Yeah, I saw the flash.
It was like, that's a little too much.
But it's like,
but it's like,
whatever.
Like, it doesn't affect me. So it's like,
Well, even like, remember how we were walking out at night and that guy rolled down and was like, have a good night to you.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't necessarily creepy, I guess.
No, but
to you, but
it's sort of like, oh, you're going to fuck two women. Haha, cool. It's like, I don't know, it's very...
People see it from a very hyper-deviant, sexualized standpoint. The first thing, because there isn't really that many examples of people that you see in healthy dynamics that are of couples like us, I suppose, or I guess polyamory couples. But you don't see it, or even like in a proper marriage type of way. You think of a weird fundamentalist type of thing, or just liberal weird.
Well, that's the thing. We're not anything like those liberals, or it's a polycule
or they
whatever.
think it's like a swinger thing. Almost.
No,
I don't even fucking.
Well, the thing is, it's very biblical. It's just marriage. It's simple marriage. It's the guy and his ribs. That's it. That's so fucking simple. There's nothing special. We're not liberal. Like, we accept the homosexuals and all this, and like the swingers, or the, what do you call it? The ones that swingers, shit like that.
Well, I think people
open marriages or open relationships.
And I think people think that because you have two wives in that sense, maybe, and I know some women are curious, but I'm sure some of them mistake it as, you must be open then to everything.
No, I'm not.
But you know what I mean?
No,
they assume that
they assume I'm into like flings or like shit like that. It's like, no, the reason that I'm with these women is because they're serious relationships and it's a marriage.
I think when you post, me and your stuff that's more personal, it kind of, it is that way. It kind of settles. That
well,
more.
When people ask me or they get to know me even a little bit, they already know, okay, he's a normal guy. He's just committed to these women and they're committed to him exclusively. It's not like, I'm just fucking bitches all the time. And no.
What's your philosophy?
My philosophy? Oh, shit. I guess it would be like...
It would be like who were the three idols? Like the main, like who you base your page around, be like Nietzsche, Mike Mincer, like Albert Camus a bit, and your own thing in the Ubermensch kind of mind. It's in the Spartan kind of habits too. I guess if you could say that, like very.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really like it's X, Y, and Z. That's it. I guess it's very like my own specific thing, because I take a lot of aspects from Nietzsche or Albert Camus, or like you mentioned, the Hellenic or the Spartan guides and shit like that. But in reality, it's just nature. It's how it should be, I think.
You're doing what nature is calling you to do.
Yeah, I'm not like, let me read this book on how to be Nietzschean, and then I just copy that. It's like, no, that's cringe.
I think something written in your DNA, like how it should be in all of us as men and women, is there's a coded thing that's telling you how to be. And you're just listening to that code.
It's like
and it more divine sense, not like as in a moral,
intuitive sense.
In a scientific way, so, fully. But
no, it's just how God designed man to be, and you just follow what that is, and like, why would you be ashamed of that? Yeah.
You haven't even told like, you would get more sponsors or get these things if you just toned your humor down, or what's your opinion? Like, why do you're like, I could have these things, but I don't want to change myself in accordance to just for these material. Like, why is that? Are those things too fleeting? Like, why is that not good enough for you to forsake your philosophy and who you are? Like, you're comfortable with yourself enough where you feel like you don't have to. There's no point.
Well, it's like, I've been offered before, like, if you just stop saying these things or change your humor or your personality a little bit.
Wasn't that what they told Mike Mincer too, a little bit?
Yeah,
in a way, like you'd kind of, if you're vouching for all these philosophies and mindsets, you'd be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
A bit. It'd be like, you're full of shit. You'd be like everyone else.
Yeah, well, it's that thing where people always talk about, I sold my soul to the devil. And in reality, they just signed a contract with the Jew who told them, hey, no.
So the devil, but.
Yeah, the same thing. No, but I mean, I don't care about those. Because what they're offering you is economic prosperity or benefit. And it's like, does that really matter that much?
Yeah, and you can provide for your own self and live comfortably.
I mean, as long as you have food and shit, like, why the fuck would you forsake your freedom of speech and expression?
Well, think about how you were as a young boy up until now. And be like, would you be okay with your if you could look at if you were a young man looking at yourself now, would they be like to be like, ooh, I kind of sold myself out?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Gross.
Well, I saw that like when it happened to Jordan Peterson, because obviously back then when I was little, Jordan Peterson was like really like, oh man, this guy is telling me the shit how it is, and he's giving good advice and all that. It's like, okay, and he was really one of my idols, you could say. But then like I saw the fucking change from like one year to the next. I'm like, hey, this guy's kind of going really weird.
We can even see that with some, like, obviously music bands are different, or even directors, artists that sell and they change completely.
Yeah.
More of a corporate type of friendly thing.
More
You're
digestible.
Like, you're like,
like that quote from Nietzsche that says something like, you try to make yourself so palatable that in the end you taste bland. That's what it is, and it's like you're doing that to your soul.
Would
actually,
you be okay with Would you be okay with dying and essentially looking back? And maybe some people would, but ew, why would you want to be like anyone else in their standards of fuck that?
No, that's cringe.
Do you think women are special?
No. Like not as in like, oh, you're not special, dumb bitch, or whatever, but it's like they're just people too. And women versus men specifically. As a man, if you take away like the sexual appeal, every single woman is like very, like a kid. You're like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
That's it.
So if you take away the womanly attributes, I guess you would say, or physical,
the sexual attributes.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. What's left, I suppose, for most of them.
For all of them.
For all of them, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing impressive or otherworldly, really, but it's like, oh, like I see women as like, yeah, I mean, like you or, whatever. Like there's sexual aspects. Like, yeah, I like that, but then you take that away. It's like, what else is there? Is this actually a friend, a companion, a helper, or someone that can assist me? And if I don't see any of that, like truly, then it's like, why am I interested?
Yeah.
And most guys, they're like, oh my gosh, she's hot as fuck. It's like, okay, but like, what else is there? What's your benefit? Let's ask that. Well,
yeah.
She's hot, and so I'm gonna cheat on my family, and people do that all the time. So it's like, that's cringe.
It's kind of like at some point looks will fade. Sure, you can be an attractive older person, but you're not gonna look the way you were before. No. You're not.
Especially women.
And there's some women
like
that
milk.
Yeah. Don't look at me like that. But that's the thing, is that I think some of these women emphasize too much on their age, their looks. These are women that are probably deathly afraid of being Asian and all that. And it's like, damn, what is going to happen? You kind of, if you take away these looks, all these things that make them appealing physically, you kind of ask, well, who are you really? And that's something as a woman you should maybe ask yourself too. Like, okay, well, let's take away all these things. Ask yourself, I guess, who are you as a woman inside? What are all these superficial things, whatever, they're nice, but just take it away.
Well, that's the one thing that separates men from women. Women have that natural or like Jewish made psyop of like, your sex appeal is everything you are. And so women hyper-emphasize that and they forget everything else. And men, obviously, like when you're a young man, you don't have any of that appeal. So it's like, you're a worthless piece of shit.
That's why I respect a lot of women that go from, I used to dress this way, and they kind of go being more modest in that sense.
Well, in reality, it should be that way from the get-go. Like, you shouldn't even have those thoughts of like, I want to be an exhibitionist in my
or
dress.
Validate yourself on other people's desires.
Validate on sexual desire even. Like, it's one thing where like, I want to validate myself based on my artistic skill or my poetry or my knowledge, and okay, cool. But like every fucking woman wants to be valued sexually, and then once they are valued sexually, like, I just see you for a piece of flesh. How could you? Like, you fucking did it, idiot.
Well, it's kind of, when you think about these women and stuff, at some point, it's like, well, what's going to happen once you're much older? Are you still going to be doing this?
I'm going to kill them. That's what's going to happen. Well, that's the thing. They're selling you fake news, because those women are like the 0.0001% of women that make a little bit of money or enough money. In reality, most women, they're like, I made $6 and now my whole family has seen my butthole. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Dipshit.
it kind of just seems like most of them are like, oh shit, like I guess this is my living now. I'm doing this, and it seems like a lot of them just forsake anything that they had, even with maybe with marriage or having a husband and all that. They're like, this is it now. I don't know.
And then they, to soothe themselves and their fucking hell, basically. Hey, younger woman, you should totally do this. Like, men, they're trash. You don't need a man. Show me your butthole. And it's like, oh, now you ruined another generation of woman.
Yeah.
Just so you don't feel alone in that fucking purgatory.
And, you know, and I think a lot of women should feel and should know it's not wrong to want to depend on a man or to feel like you have to. It's what nature has been there for. It's just how things are. It's not
even
wrong
if you're not
to be in accordance.
If you're not Christian, well, Christianity tells you, hey, the man came and then God was like, hey, you need a bitch to assist you. Here's the rib, right? Okay, you don't believe in that. You just believe in science. Science is like, hey, dude, this guy's strong and he goes out and kills shit.
You can't survive on your own as a woman.
You need the fucking guy.
You can't survive.
And nature's like, hey, I'm gonna put some crazy chemicals in your brain.
Yes.
So you fucking lose your brain every fucking while. But there's this other human like you that's not gonna do that. What do you think? Like, what's the best combo? Like, you need that guy.
Mm-hmm. Does Boo do skincare?
I mean, moisturize, right? Oh,
Yeah.
and
You sometimes put the retinol serum on your face.
yeah.
Or like the chemical peel.
That's what it would be.
Yeah, that's the same shit.
Yeah.
Yes, like, so a basic chemical peel
Yeah.
every fucking, a month? If even?
Every. And the thing is, like.
And I just wash my face with that, like.
He has more dry skin.
Yeah.
So I have dry skin too. So most of it is just moisturizing. Yeah, we just like use like a face wash that is more hydrated, more for dry skin. That's what I use. He uses it too. Sometimes it's just a normal cleanser, and then we just moisturize with a nice like thicker, heavier moisturizer because our skin's dry.
You wash my face and moisturize. That's it.
That's it. That's all he needs.
Mm-hmm. That's all anyone really needs. Most people.
Unless you have like cystic acne.
No, just fucking drink water and wash your sheets. It's not fucking complicated. Shut the fuck up.
What supplements do you use?
Supplements? Fuck. That's a lot. Well,
I take meth.
I don't
I
take
take heroin sometimes for my back pain.
I have a lot of supplements, like the supplement cabinet, but I don't take all of them daily.
No.
Like, for example, the fish oil pills. I take this like once a week, right? A couple.
Like, what are like? I guess maybe more so like the vitamins you take, and then maybe the like steroids, peptide stuff you take, and then the injections you take.
Okay. So the supplements, the basic shit, would be what I consider the vitamins, multivitamin, glucosamine, right?
Creatine sometimes. Protein powder.
Protein powder in the morning.
Yeah.
What else would be? Maybe the vitamin D.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for like the basic shit.
That's really it.
For the basic
what about
crap.
for the more peptide stuff?
Okay, so for like advanced, I guess I would call it, would be like I started taking the BPC 157, the peptide, in oral form, the pills, only to like enhance with the recovery, but also because I had that little bit of the shoulder impingement. Not the shoulder, sorry, the
hand.
The hand. So, because I don't even remember how I injured it.
Well, you have hypermobility.
So I have hypermobility, right? Like that shit. But I just.
It's just the way probably when you're working and holding stuff.
Because I work in doing a lot of physical things often. So it just hurt. So I took some BPC 157 and it helped a fuck ton quicker. But then I noticed, hey, it's helping my recovery improve the speed. So now I take a little bit every now and then, and that just makes me feel better overall. I don't see any drawbacks. And it's apparently a little bit anabolic. So okay, that's good.
Oh, I guess also for the other vitamins, you take P5P.
Oh yeah, P5P.
And NAC.
P5P and NAC, because NAC is it's for the brain essentially. Neurotoxicity, things like that, and just overall function of that. there's other benefits too. I forgot all that shit.
And methylene blue? You take that?
I don't take methylene blue.
Oh,
But women should take methylene blue, especially retarded, stupid women that have been psyoped by the medical industry to take a bunch of shit that messes with your brain and your dopamine systems and crap like that. Methylene blue is really good for that, so look into it. But
and,
for me,
yeah.
no.
And then you take, the peptide stuff.
Yeah, the
rad
peptide.
one.
Yeah,
You did. I'm not anymore.
No, I did. Not anymore, but I took RAD a little bit. But I wouldn't call that a peptide, that's a SARM.
Okay.
So it's a selective androgen receptor modulator, which is just for the, I want to get muscular, it's bullshit. But yeah, it's a RAD, but with my TRT blend. So the TRT is the testosterone, but when you take RAD with that, it's supposedly supposed to make it more effective. And the test I take is what? Anywhere from 80 to 100.
And how much you inject once a week?
80 to 100 units. Not units, milligrams.
And
So in the syringe, it's 100 units and 50 units, which is what I take the 50. That would be 250 milligrams per ml of the testosterone. So that's 120, more or less. I take a little less than that. Yeah.
And the Tadafil? Do you also take anything else?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So there's two things that you can take that's for blood flow and blood pressure. That's what it's for. And so when you're a bigger person or whatever, your blood pressure is normally higher. And then you put on top of that, testosterone, it makes your red blood cell level higher. So just to regulate that a little bit, you take a thing called nitric oxide or tadalafil, whatever, just for that blood flow enhancement.
Anything else?
And besides that, no, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people care about being on roids? Oh, do people care about you being on roids?
No. No, I mean, no one fucking cares about being on steroids because, like, in reality, like, how is it going to affect you, really? No, like, for example, a lot of people, like, on Instagram, like, messaging me, like, oh, fuck you, boo, no one likes you or whatever, like, they're just being haters, but it's like, oh, and you're on steroids. It's like, okay, so what? Like, am I competing against someone? Am I cheating anything? What's actually happening is like, yeah, I'm on steroids and I feel better, or mentally it helps me focus on shit. But you think women go around and be like, hey, you're on steroids. No, that means I don't like how you look. Like, no. Or you think
not even really our business, to be honest. It shouldn't be. It's like whatever.
No, yeah, it's like, it's just how it is.
If your man's, I don't know, it's just like what.
Like, if anything, there's a culture of women that fetishize it, right? But, like, you go to work, for example, and they see, oh, this guy is fucking jacked and looks handsome and delicious. You think, but she's on steroids, therefore, no, I don't like you. Like, no, they're just like, oh, that's a respectable guy over there. That's it.
Yeah, and you also have a genetic factor to play in, too, with it. Like, you're also genetically blessed.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, people would assume that already because it's like, a lot of people take steroids.
Like, you don't need it. You take it because it enhances some things, but you don't need it. Like,
no, but it's like, I take it for the lulz, you could say.
Yeah.
I take so little, and just for the, But yeah, people don't give a fuck if you take steroids or not. Why the fuck would they? But a lot of people, on internet, they would be like, but I'm natty for life. I would never take steroids ever. I just would never do that to my body. And it's like, cool, good for you, but that doesn't make you preferable over anyone else.
It's really just people that say that are people that already feel insufficient, and they're just trying to look at ways to tear down it's a pathetic, kind of envious, insecure way of looking at things and just trying to be like, well, it's pathetic.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with not taking them, but
no,
it's like you're not any better for not taking them.
These are people that feel shitty about themselves, and I guess to feel in any ways adequate is to be like, well, they're cheating, basically.
Oh, he's too delicious, and bitches
Pathetic.
like him.
Like, pathetic.
Yeah,
Like, get better than, I don't know. Like, that's it.
that's right.
Should you have many friends?
No.
Why?
Because, well, like, why do you need friends for? That's assuming, like, oh, you're a proper man or woman. Why the fuck do you need that many friends?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you seeking external validation? Do you have no personality?
Especially when you're in a relationship and married. What the fuck?
Well, not even that. Like, if you want to be in a relationship and married someday, you don't want to have a lot of friends.
No.
Because your friends make up a part of who you are. And let's say you have one friend. Their insufficiencies are going to rub off on you. You have two friends or four, multiple. All of their insufficiencies collectively affect you. If they're pieces of shit and drug addicts, guess what? You're going to be that 100%.
Well,
It's just how it is. So why the fuck would you rely on external people to make up a percentage of who you are? Like, no. And if you are married and stuff like that, it's like, oh, why do you need other people? You should have your own community within your home, essentially.
Yeah, like you already should have a true best friend. Like yes.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need anyone else, really. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
And I think people that have many friends, all of those friends are worthless.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything at that point. It really doesn't.
Well, it's not that it doesn't mean anything. It's like they're worth less. They just make you worth less yourself, and they will not add anything to your life, really. Just like a waste of time. People are like, but I need friends. It's like, no, you need to work on yourself.
Yeah. Why do you feel like the need to have other people? It's bad when you rely too much on another person in that sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's very bad. Mm-hmm. Work etiquette?
Etiquette?
Oh, no! Work etiquette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it goes in line with that, no? Like, in work situations for men and women, you should take it into consideration every single day that you're going there for work. You're not there to socialize. You're not there to be more liked than anyone else. You're there to do your shit and get the fuck out and go home. But for men specifically, the work etiquette, you should always be reserved. Like, oh, you don't overspill. You don't talk about your personal life, your personal goals, really. And you just go there to be who you really should be. Like, oh, you have to be someone respectable. Someone that, oh, if you say you're going to do some shit, you do it. You don't put up excuses. Mm-hmm. If something goes wrong, no fucking excuses. You fucking say it and you get immediate fix. That's how it should be. And for men specifically, we talked about that the other day. It's like, the etiquette should always be, if there's work to do, you fucking do it, right? That's like, oh, there's a project that has to be done, and there's no one on top of it. It's like, oh, well, you can do it. You should do it. Or there's overtime. As a man, why the fuck would you not take overtime? You will never have enough money. Take the overtime. And also, like, it makes you seem more reliable and respectable. Why the fuck wouldn't you? But if you're a fucking woman, right? For women specifically, you are not friends with any fucking body. You don't like anyone there. You're just there every single day, maybe. And that's why you grow a mental attachment. Like, oh, this is a friend. Like, no, they're not friends. You're just there often. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you. And women seem to think everyone's their buddies and everyone has their best interest. Like, no, that's not how it works anywhere. Men don't have the same risks as being exploited as women, but women will always be exploited to that sense. So why would you want, so that's another topic. As a man, why would you want your woman to be at a workplace that she's going to be perpetrated and like pursued to be exploited in any sense, right? So there's that aspect. Women are very stupid, so pull them out of that shit as much as possible. And then remind women, they don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to rape you and use you as a slave. Final. Even if it's other women, they'll try to set you up in any way they can, just for the fuck of it. They'll try to exploit you to do more work to ruin your fucking life just for the fuck of it. So the etiquette for men and women should be reserve yourself fully 100%, show up and do the minimum, not the minimum, but do what's yours to do and get the fuck out. If you're a man, do all the overtime. That's it. If you're a woman, never overtime. Never.
What's your opinion about the work dinners and lunches and all of that and all? Like, even if, like, because you're like, well, can I bring my wife with me?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes. So you're like, I don't, yeah.
So the work dinners and all these events, they're like, oh, it's just a social thing. Like, if you're a woman, no. Never. No. Never, never, never. That's just rule of thumb, right? There's no excuse. That's how it is. Because there's no such thing. You don't have a work dinner. It's not the fucking movies in the 80s. Like, even then, all that's been like a fucking psyop on the Jews' behalf to make, the family unit fall apart. Make the promiscuous activities occur more often. It's always been like that. So a woman, no. Excluded, never. Me as a guy or any other man, you've been invited to, like, oh, there's these work events, these socials, these dinner parties, whatever the hell. I've been like, oh, well, even when I've been single, no, like, that's just personal stuff. It's not really anything work related. But especially with, you two or whatever, it's like, oh, I've been invited. I'm like, I clearly know that's not the purpose. It's not for work activities.
Yes.
I'm like, well, can I bring my wife along? Actually, no. It's women asking me about that. Or these events outside of work. Oh, everyone's getting together just for a quick little meal or some shit. Can I tell my wife to come along? Or just meet me or something? Like, I don't do that because I'm planning on bringing you guys along. It's to confirm you bitches don't want to fucking have business conversations.
Yes.
You want to isolate me in a social setting outside of work to further intertwine.
Yes.
So, rule of thumb, never fucking do that shit. If you're a man, you should never care to, unless it's other men, which can help you network or elevate the likability of your position, whatever.
If you are going to do a work dinner, always bring your wives with you if you can.
In general, you just fucking don't do any of that shit.
Yeah, or just don't.
You just don't do any of that shit. If you're a woman, you never do any of that shit.
No.
It's a stretch for a woman to have lunch with coworkers, especially male coworkers. What the fuck are you doing, you stupid fucking bitch? What the hell are you doing? But even with just other women, it's like, that's passable. But yeah, you should just fucking keep to yourself at all times. You're not there to make friends.
You're never going to benefit by being personal with other coworkers. Just fucking zip it. It never benefits you, ever.
Well, that's also the issue with the schooling system. They teach you, oh, you're just here to make buddies. Every time you go somewhere daily, you're programmed oh, you're gonna go there to make friends and shit like that. It's no, that's not what you're supposed to do. And that's why people are fucking robots. They're fucking useless, poor people that can't have any freedom of expression.
No.
Because they've been programmed so easily to be fucking
slaves.
So it's because if they're following me, they're already highly elevated in that sense of more cognizant. These people and us obviously have to realize you shouldn't feel bad about, but I told Stacy I can't go to lunch with her. No, you should never feel bad for these people. They're fucking useless and demonic. Just focus on your own improvement so that you can also take other people and elevate them properly, Because that's how society actually improves.
Yeah. And what's with these work husbands and work wife shit? Obviously demonic.
It's all demonic.
And the way that they try to normalize it.
Well, that's
fucking
the
insane.
fact.
They make it cutesy language and
we're having a corporate ice cream social. No, we're.
Bro, you're adults too for one. Ew.
I think if you're past middle school, even then it's come on.
Yeah.
If you're past middle school and you're trying to do this social event crap, it's what are you actually doing? You're fucking wasting your fucking time. It's pathetic. and you're a whore, and if you're a guy, you're a fucking dipshit, and you're poor and a dial. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all the questions, so
Yep.
that's good.